There's updates to Lua Nova, great updates that I think you're going to enjoy, etc. So let's get right into it. Starting with the spiritual orientation. I created this pep talk for everybody. It doesn't matter if you have been manifesting forever. You can quote Neville Goddard. You can tell me all of the universal laws back and forth. Or if you are brand new to learning about manifestation and you're still trying to wrap your head around what the law of attraction actually means and actually is. This was created with everyone in mind, no matter where you are on your spiritual path. This is something that you can come back to every day when you need to ground yourself, or if you just need a reminder that somebody is always on your side. That's somebody being me, by the way. I am always on your side, okay? But there will not be a collective tarot reading in today's episode. And the reason for that is that this is something that I want you to be able to come back to every single time. The High Rollers Ascension series was created with this idea in mind that there are many of my listeners who you're seeing this pattern of all of these great things happening to you. And so I wanted you to have an entire series as a reminder, as a check-in point. And if you are new to manifesting and you're like, well, I'm not there yet. I haven't manifested really anything yet. I promise you have. You haven't gotten there yet. You haven't understood really what it means to manifest. And keep in mind that if you're new to my show, that I teach people how to manifest from healing first. Okay? That yes, it is easy to manifest a car, a yacht, a hamster, etc. when you have actually healed. Healing is something that we're doing all the time. Okay? There is everything from childhood trauma to past relationships to old jobs, etc., that have led to certain levels of issues within how we manifest. And so I teach you how to get past that and how to work with it and even how to transmute it. With all that being said, I want to jump right into it. However, I've got a lot of updates, a lot. So what you're not about to hear is a disclaimer. And the reason for that is not because all of a sudden I decided I hate my disclaimer. Actually, I love my disclaimer. However, when you combine the two, after I re-recorded all of my disclaimers, it came to be 5 minutes by itself. So I did not want a 5-minute disclaimer to run every single episode. I know a lot of people actually really enjoyed the tarot disclaimer in particular. All of that is still on the Lua Nova website. And that's another thing that updated is the URL for the Lua Nova website. You can still go to lua-nova.carrd.co. However, it's going to ask you to go to my new website, which is luanovapodcast.net. On the website, nothing has changed. Okay, everything is the same. I still have the same server. All of that is fine. However, I did want to upgrade and give everybody a much easier URL to remember. And again, the new URL is luanovapodcast.net. Okay, you can still go to the old URL. It will still work. It's just going to say, hey, click here. There's going to be a button right there in the center of the website that says, hey, click here. No worries. I'm not about to scam you or anything. Just click here and it's going to take you to the new Lua Nova website, which isn't really new. It's the same exact website, but I needed to update that URL. I wanted something that was much easier to say, much easier to put in the show notes, and much easier for people to remember. And again, one more time, that is luanovapodcast.net. All right, new moons, let me see. What else do I need to go over since you're not about to hear a disclaimer? If you are new to my show, I definitely recommend that you listen to that. That you go to Lua Nova Podcast, scroll all the way to the bottom. It's on the right side, and look for the Lua Nova disclaimer and read it in its entirety. Because one thing is for certain and two things for sure. When it comes to my beliefs, I'm sorry, you might hear me spray something. Sorry about that. That is me. That's my spiritual spray. I have not changed anything as far as what I believe in. And one moment, new moons. 1 second. There is a lot that I need to go over, and I'm going to try to do so in a very short span of time. That way we can get right into the pep talk, the spiritual orientation, okay? And by the way, if you have made it this far into the show, you have been welcomed into the spiritual orientation, okay? But with that being said, something that I need to make clear, speaking of welcoming, is one, I only welcome certain people in. So if you are a Trump supporter, if you support Tory Lanez, if you support Diddy, this will never be the show for you, and I want you to go ahead and leave right now. You can go ahead and exit. And if you decide to stay here anyway, I will always transmute your energy, and so it is. All right? So we're all just waiting for you to leave. I don't like dead air on a podcast, so I'm just going to keep talking while you get your things and go ahead and exit. Thank you. Bye. If you leave anything behind, it's going in the trash. Okay. So for everybody else, I want to give a quick shout out to Dante, and he is located in Fort Worth, Texas, and Tiffany, and she is from Modesto, California, or she's located in Modesto, California. Both of you asked how I felt about the verdict from the Sean Combs trial, and if I would talk about it. Both of you seem very upset about the outcome. I don't want you to be upset, because that means that you are giving energy to somebody like Diddy. And that is not, no, don't do that. Don't give your energy to negativity. Now, it's okay to be upset. Don't get me wrong, because obviously many people have overcome trauma just like I have. I have mentioned overcoming severe trauma many times on this show. And I'm not going to get into it now. And as I said before, my trauma is not for entertainment. And the whole reason why people like myself do not come forward is because of the amount of dumbasses who say things like they wanted it, who say things like they were just in it for the money. Okay, well then what was the excuse for all of the other people who didn't gain anything? Why were they there? But you know what? I'm not about to go back and forth with people who are uneducated on purpose. If your search engine doesn't work and you don't know how to look up words like coercion or racketeering or even what it means to stay with somebody who is abusive, if you don't understand any of those things, it's because you choose not to. Because there's many of free tools that you have access to. YouTube, search engines, etc. I'm not being paid to promote YouTube. By the way, the Lua Nova podcast is on YouTube. But I'm just saying to you that you're choosing to be dumb. And so I don't want anything to do with you. I can't help you, because you're telling me that there's no way that you're going to heal, and that you are likely somebody who hurts other people, or you don't care when other people are hurt. So why would I want anything to do with that? I'm here to help people heal. I'm here to help people understand what manifestation actually is. And if you look up to billionaires and really terrible people, this is not the show for you. Bye. Get out. Get out. And this is why I say to new people, I want you to go to the Lua Nova website and read that disclaimer, because I need you to know who's allowed here and who's not. I'm going to always make it very, very clear who's allowed here and who's not. And on the old episodes, you will still hear the disclaimer. With that being said, that's my reaction, is that unfortunately I'm not surprised. And this is why I myself will never really get into the things that happen to me out loud. I have discussed it with the people that matter, and I have discussed it with a therapist, and that's it. And that's where it will remain. Moving on, I know that you noticed that there's a new intro and a new outro, because I just wanted to update the music. I prefer to use Brazilian music. That's why you're hearing that. But if you are an artist, and let's say that you have Mexican music that you want me to use, or you have Brazilian music that you want me to use, feel free to submit that to the Lua Nova team. Again, that website is luanovapodcast.net. And I would love to use your music in the future. And yes, I will give you a shout out. The music that you hear is copyright free, and it's royalty free, all of the above. So I'm not sure who made it. I would give them a shout out. I promise I'm not gatekeeping. Okay. But when you hear the speech, again, feel free to come back to this. It's not so much a speech as it is just a pep talk. Okay. And by the way, shout out to AJ, located in, where you at? Where are you at? You are in Pittsburgh. And you just wanted to tell me that you just listened to the episode about Hoshi and you were sending your condolences. So thank you, AJ, for your condolences. And thank you for submitting a question. And you can submit questions on the website. Again, I will get into all of that. I've said the website 400 times now. So I'll tell you again at the end of the show. You're not going to be hearing the mid-roll ad that I created for Lua Nova anymore. And the reason for that is that you're going to start hearing an insert. I'm about to play it in just a second. Well, I'm not about to.